This
industries
conference will now be
due to the
recorded.
entry of several new players. India is the world's fifth largest India is the world's fifth largest global destination in retail space. India is expected to become the world's fastest growing e-commerce market, driven by robust investment in the sector and rapid increase in the number of internet users. However, due to the current COVID-19 pandemic, Indian retailers are faced with a multitude of challenges. In the light of above, CAA Kerala has constituted the retail panel with the primary objective to develop facilities and propagate innovative techniques for the growth of retail industry. In my capacity as convener of the retail panel, we'll work in tandem with the panel members and the stakeholders towards the growth of retail sector. I seek the support and cooperation of the members in positively contributing towards the growth of retail industry. Thank you. And now I would like to request all the panel members to introduce yourself, because this is the first meeting and it's an opportunity to interact with each other. So, Sheila ma'am, can you start self-introduction?
Ma'am's audio is not working, so maybe move on to another person.
So may I request Kumar sir, can you give a small introduction about the retail panel and can you please introduce yourselves?
Yeah. Good afternoon, friends. Happy to be part of this panel under leadership. Basically, we all know here I was the chairman of CI around 10 years back. Others to use, and also most people are not
John, can you help because Kumar sir's voice is not audible.
Yeah, my request to others is that we will do that. We will do that. My request to all others, you could mute yourself when you're not be grateful. Yeah. Go ahead, Kumar sir.
Yeah, can everybody put on their video so that I can see the faces, so that I'm looking at people who are known to me? Yeah, I think most of them are there. So basically, my self-introduction is, my name is M.S.A. Kumar. I do the family business advisory and CEO coaching. I used to work for A.V. Thomas and Company, retired about 5 years back. I'm happy to be part of this panel, and you know, most of you are active members of CII. So CII is an organization wherein when I worked as a chairman, I got more in return than what I gave back to CII. So that's the kind of bandwidth, and you talk about any subject, CII has got enough information and bandwidth to share. I remember when I was a chairman, there was a defense seminar. I didn't know anything about defense. So I asked the CII chair, I mean the local, the unit head, Kerala unit head, to give me some details. I was amazed by the details what CII gave us. So it's basically more of taking than giving. And this retail panel, I'm happy to support Naushad and the rest of the panels to see that this is very important because with Kerala, with less than 3% of the all India population, even when I did my MBA, we used to tell that Kerala market is something like 7 to 8% of the FMCG and consumer market, with less than 3% of the population. So this is one area where CII can do a lot of things in Kerala, and I am more than willing to support Naushad and team in taking this forward. Thanks, Naushad. Naushad, you are muted.
May I request all others for a self-introduction?
I'll start first. My name is Muralidharan. I'm director of QRS Retail Limited, who are into consumer durables, branches all over Kerala, and I'm based in Kottayam. Thanks for having me in this panel. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. I'm hello. I'm
Yeah, please,
Shivaram
please.
Krishnan. I'm Shivaram Krishnan, Director of Luker Electric Technologies, and I'm based in Trivandrum. About Luker, most of us must be knowing it. It's a Kerala brand LED manufacturing and marketing organization. We have a factory in Coimbatore. Right now, I'm privileged to be part of you. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. So,
hi. Hello.
yeah, you are audible. Please proceed.
Okay. Myself, Sabu Joni. I am the managing director of Indian Group of Companies. I'm heading the auto division, and we are right from this two-wheeler to the luxury car segment spread across Kerala. So I'm from the automotive.
There is some disruption. Please carry on. Sabiji, have you completed?
I hope that it was audible, or I think my camera was off. So I'm Sabu Joni.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sabujoni. So, can we go to Mr. Alex Thomas? Alex ji, you are not audible. Can you speak little loudly?
Hi, I'm Alex Thomas from Daily Marine, and we have a brand called Daily Fish. We supply seafood directly to home.
Thank you. Mr. Naveen?
Yeah, so I'm from Popular. We basically run automobile dealerships across the 3 southern states. Our largest franchise is in Maruti. Thank you.
Thank you, Naveen Philip. George, sir?
I'm A.V. George, chairman of A.V. George Group of Companies, mainly agro and auto.
Thank you, George, sir. Sheila, madam?
Yeah, hi, I'm Sheila Kochau, sir. I had V-Star Creations. We are into garments, inner and outerwear garments for men, women, and kids. We have our own exclusive outlets throughout Kerala. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So, I think most of the members are not visible to me because can you introduce yourselves?
I'll just introduce myself. My name is Afzal Abdul Wahab. I'm Director for Indus Motors.
Indus, yeah.
And,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
So, Afdal, you are based in Cochin or Calicut?
Right now, I'm based in Cochin. So Indus Motors, the head office is in Cochin. So
So you
yeah,
have you
work together.
Babka's son or?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Welcome, Abdul.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Rahul Maman.
Rahul, your microphone is on mute.
One sec. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Hi. This is Rahul. I am part of MPC Pharma. We are in pharmaceutical wholesale and retail, and we have stores in Cochin and in Chennai.
And I heard that you are an IAM.
I am I am a junior of MSA Kumar.
Okay. Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah. So we need your support and involvement in retail panel.
Yes.
So may I request any other members?
Hi, myself A.B. Stephen. I am the representative of Golden Rice. We are dealing with the rice products.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And Faraz Javid, did you introduce?
Yeah, I'm here.
No,
I haven't. Hi, I'm Faraz Javid. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Sometime there is some
right. So I'm the director of Abad Group, and I head the India operations for Abad Fisheries.
Okay. Thank you. So I hope we have done. So Mr. John, I would like to introduce our secretariat team also. As Kumar sir told, CIA have a very strong secretariat headed by Mr. John, and the retail panel is supported by Shine. So can you introduce? I think I'm very familiar with Zoom, and this I'm not that familiar. Sorry, and I can't see all of you, and it creates a little problem. So anyway, I think I hope we have introduced everyone, and we can go to the next agenda. So Ms. Kumar sir already told that CA is having different panels, and CA is very strong in collecting information and interacting with secretaries and government, and in creating policy and other things. So means we can utilize CIA to improve and to help the retail business in Kerala. So I'll just go through. I'll present a plan for this year's plan for retail panel in Kerala. I need your input, and after discussion we can decide what to do. So first, the retail panel is national retail panel is available, and we can plan a meeting with the chairman of national retail panel. So he will be able to give a clarity of the functioning of retail panel, and the first phase, I would like to plan an interaction meeting with our national panel chairman. So, can I hear your opinion, or shall I go to the next agenda, or can we start the discussion towards that, or can we discuss one by one?
Naushad, I mean, now John can say who is the national chair for CII for retail? Who's the person? John
So,
or Shine? You have idea that? Can you hear me?
some interruption, Kumar sir. So, can you repeat once again?
No, what I was asking is who is the chair for national chair for CII retail business?
Yeah. John, can you help me?
I think there is some problem with the audio.
Yeah.
Nothing to beat Zoom. There are security
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
Nothing to beat Zoom.
So Zoom and WebEx, I am more familiar, and it is more convenient. And
Yeah, it doesn't
yeah, the major problem is we can't see the people. That's a big problem, because if we can see the people, it's very easy to talk. So anyway,
Skype is also equally good.
John.
I'm sorry. I had to take a call. I stepped out. So tell me, is there anything towards me? Naushad?
What Naushad told is that national CII chair for retail. Who is heading retail now?
So it is in the transition, Chairman. So with the AGM, the annual general meeting is happening on 2nd of June. So the new chair will be. I think my request to others is if you can mute yourself, because there is a noise from the background. Shine, please put your phone on the mute. Yeah, so I was telling Chairman that this is in a transition stage, and 2nd of June is the AGM is announced, where the new office bearers will take over. So we will have to wait for a while to kind of understand who's going to be heading the retail committee at the national level. I'm sure it will be a very, very senior person from the retail sector. So whomsoever it is going to be, we will definitely be able to get a schedule from him and then have an interaction with the members. That's something which we can do. And we can plan it in the month of June itself, later part of June. Mr. Naushad, your microphone is muted.
Yeah, I agree, John. It's in June itself, because June 2nd, the new committee, national committee, will form, and I hope panel chairman will come within a week or time. Within a week, they will announce new panel chairman. So immediately, if we can fix an appointment, we can plan it towards the end of June. I hope all the panel members agree with it. Okay, I think we can go to the next agenda. Next agenda is digital marketing and brand conclave that we can plan in July, or maybe in July. So I think the importance of digital marketing has increased a lot after the lockdown, after Corona, and normally the digital revolution means where is taking longer time. I think during this lockdown, during this 2 months lockdown, I think around 2 years revolution has happened within these 2 months. So the importance is very high. So I would request panel members' opinion about this program. So we are proposing a digital marketing and brand conclave program.
My suggestion, Naushad, can you hear me?
Yes, now very clear. Please
Yeah,
go ahead, sir.
my suggestion is the digital marketing part or offline marketing part post-COVID, as you rightly mentioned, is going to. Is there echo coming?
Yeah, some disruption is there, sir. But you please continue, sir.
Yeah, I can see Rahul's message that echo is there. But if everybody can mute, or is it a problem from my side? I don't know. Can you hear me without the echo now?
It is clear.
Oh, okay, brilliant. So what I was telling Naushad, this digital marketing and brand conclave are two different parts of retail side. So here I used to have a brand conclave which I have participated. earlier, and I was the chairman. But with post-COVID era, I don't know what's going on.
Sir, your voice again is not clear.
Maybe I'm too close. Can you hear me now?
Better.
Okay, so what I was suggesting now is digital marketing session itself, separate from brand.
Yeah. I also agree. I think now digital marketing is more important than brand conclave. So I think after reopening the shops, the customers want the good products at a lower price. Even they are ready to compromise on brand. Even but they are looking for more convenience and better price and value for money. I do agree, sir, and I would like to hear from others also. Sheila ma'am, so can you, madam, can you please give your opinion?
Yeah, actually, after the shops opened, most of the shops are not open. Only C class and D class shops are open. A class shops just open, but there are very few walk-in the stores. We have opened our, we have about 17 stores and 8 of them are open. In all our showrooms, there are good sales, but all the other shops are not having good sales. So I think it's high time that we concentrate more on online sales. Our online sales is just growing very rapidly these days. So maybe we should concentrate more on our online sales and online marketing. Did you hear?
Yeah. So, ma'am, what I understand means we can go ahead with the digital marketing, and for time being, we can keep the brand part apart.
Now that is we have to give more importance for online sale. Maybe brand and all those things maybe on later stage.
Thank you, ma'am. So, can I get opinion from other members too? Can we go ahead with this?
I have one request. I mean,
please talk.
Unmuted. Okay, I have unmuted now. We have a friend. I didn't get to name about fisheries. He was doing a good job on days. So, what's your thought? That is one question. Second point, Naushad, is, for example, recently our Zaim Cochin had conducted an online course for digital marketing with industry practitioners. So if CIA can collaborate with one of the IAM Kozhikode or people who have, or our friend from Abad Fisheries who has really done it on the job, can come in and, then we give a certificate from CIA and IAM Kozhikode. I'm just giving IAM Kozhikode as an example. It can be Rajagiri or SCMS. If there are good faculties who can conduct a program, there is a need for post-COVID, as Sheila mentioned, a big need for digital marketing. And CII can do the best from retail panel is to conduct a program online with a certificate issued in terms of, there will be good demand in my opinion for that. That's my suggestion. We can tie up with some of the good institutes. I mean, I'm sure John will be able to, and with our eminent panel in this retail, should be able to support this if you are in agreement with that. As Naushad, you are to unmute.
sorry. You're right, Kumar sir. I'm sorry. You're right, Kumar sir. It's a very good suggestion. And to improve the retail business in Kerala, to professionalize, we need to conduct a lot of courses. We can tie up with the education institute as well as we can involve consultants also. and we can plan. So I request which subject these online courses are required. So can you give some idea which area or which area we need to conduct these courses?
My suggestion is the online sales itself, digital marketing or
digital marketing. Okay, okay. So one is
digital-
digital marketing, and any other suggestion?
I would suggest one thing now, sir. Let us get the practitioners like Abad Fisheries and all that who have done a job, and then get them coming, and as well as our digital experts. For example, Mukund, you know Mukund, Mukund Krishna. So there are practitioners. I mean, don't go to a consultant. I myself am a consultant, but I won't vote for a consultant in this. I would vote for a real practitioner who has really done it, and like Mukund, who has given the platform. I understand Abad Fisheries platform has been run by Mukund, if I'm not mistaken. I think you're muted.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Of course, we have noted, sir, and we can take it. And I'm requesting other members also. Do you have any other suggestion in this regard? Because regarding the subject, any other requirement?
Hello. Yeah, I have some opinion. Is it audible?
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah, my opinion is that digital marketing is a need of the time. At the same time, there are many products which customers wanted to feel it and buy it. And when we are talking about digital marketing, only a certain categories of consumers can reach to the platform to choose or buy. But when we are talking about retail segment, this is mostly FMCG or electrical segments or similar. In that category, really we have to address the concerns of retailers who are going to sell the product. And now they are the people, they are the most victim during the COVID and other part. Digital is always, there are many platforms it was doing since since a few years, like Amazon and many things. Of course, this is one of the most requirements. So my suggestion is that we have to give equal thrust to both retail physical sales as well as retail online marketing. And this is to some extent, online marketing is okay. That should work as a supporting instrument for selling the items. But at the same time, we should not try to ignore the retail segments which are counter sale, what I mean to say. Thank you.
Yeah, totally agree, sir. That's a good suggestion.
I agree with that. But during these days, people are not ready to get out of the house and venture into the shops. So until people are daring to come into the shops in groups and in crowds, I think we need some support from online digital marketing. And moreover, these shops are open and the sale will happen. It will take some time, I feel.
Yeah, and I will say totally agree, madam, because we have already decided digital marketing is important. We can conduct a course on digital marketing, and we can involve practitioners also. In addition, I think we can conduct a course on to empower the normal retailers also, because this situation because our term is until 2021 March. Because immediately we can go for digital marketing, which is more relevant now, and maybe after 3 months or 6 months we can think of a normal course. So do you have any suggestion on the subject of the subject for normal retail people?
See, I have one more suggestion. We are all retailers. We know that how to run a retail shop and how to do things. But most of us have people to run the online digital marketing. But the budding entrepreneurs may not be having separate person for digital marketing. So that's what I said. we need some training. But we are not ignoring the retailers at all. They are the main part. Only because of them we have grown, no doubt about it.
Also, your voice is muted.
Pardon? Is it
We will-
okay? Can I?
Yeah, please, please. Please, sir. So I can't see who has asked me. Can you please speak? We are waiting for you. I'm sorry, we can't hear. Rahul, do you have any suggestion on this?
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is that like in our pharma sector, we see that Geo is coming in very strongly this year end, and they're already acquired the largest software company, and they're buying distribution and getting into retail, and they're buying a large B2B, B2C online player also. So it's great talking about digital, but unless you're running your own platform and you're working on third-party platforms, eventually they would start dictating terms. So like somebody else mentioned earlier, ideal is to integrate your offline play with some kind of digital support. Is better than just going either ways. You know, I think there is still scope for the next 10, 15 years for offline, and it's not going to go anywhere. So if you can integrate online to your offline stores in some way where you have better tech, you identify your customers better with, you know, I don't know, like customer tracking is better. You know who your customers are when they come in, even without actually them knowing that you know it. Stuff like that are value adds you can do at a store level. Because I personally am a person who like offline, but trend is changing. Maybe in 20 years, 15 years, there might not be too much of offline left, but there's still a lot to play for. So I would stick with, you know, integrating both rather than just sticking with either. But yeah, for the next 3 months, 6 months, maybe online is very, very important and it will continue to grow in importance, but that's not the only thing I think. That's it.
Yeah, I would like to say something.
Please.
Yeah, I think the future is hybrid, wherein you're not just looking at online and offline. You're going to need both of them. Where you have,
yes, you are right.
You know, both basically actually going in there. So, and it depends on business to business. Certain businesses are probably better suited for online, and some are probably more suited for an offline sort of a model. So, I think each business will need to see how it is.
Hi, Sabu Joni. Sabu here. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. In my view, if you see, digital was one of the biggest, it was making the economy really slow before the COVID. And actually, if you see the economy, the digital revolution was actually making big problems in the industry. And now, with the COVID, things are, the digital revolution has been much established. So what I am saying is that in this present scenario, digital has to be there because lot of people are not in this position to reach the showrooms or to reach the retail. They only want mostly on online, especially in auto sector. We would like to reach by marketing to the customer, by digital marketing or social marketing or all these categories. But the real experience has to happen only in the showroom, and most of the customers also really want that. But in some sectors like the factories, or renting cars, all these most of the business are happening in digital. So I am saying that we need a combination of these two because the traditional retail stores has to be there, and if you see, it is giving lot of job opportunities. A lot of job opportunities is being created, but in digital, not much job opportunities is being created. So in this present scenario, maybe for 6 to 8 months, we may have to focus on digital more. But in a long run, the traditional one is going to make more good for the economy. So we need a combination of these two. And of course, we need, for us also, digital is something the marketing has to happen. So we need to have an expert's opinion or some kind of coaching or some kind of a guidance in this present scenario. So we have to do in this present scenario. That's it.
Thank you very much, and it's a very valid opinion. We will interact with the experts and we will design the course accordingly. I think since we have limited time, we can move to the next agenda. Next agenda means this virtual study tour to an established retail like Reliance or Fortune Group to understand the best practices. So I would like to hear from you, because can we conduct a program like that? Will it be helpful to our people?
A good suggestion. Looks, it's a good suggestion.
Yeah, thank you.
I support for this this initiative.
Thank you, and I would like to hear from some others also, because I can't see everybody. That's why I can't name you. Rajji, can you give your suggestion?
Well, I think it's a very good idea, but we need to also look at if we can, some international players as well. Maybe Singapore or something. You have a lot of players there who are really far ahead of the game.
Yeah.
But,
so I think John, can we try Walmart, or any other established player also?
Sure. I think Walmart is available in India now. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we will definitely. Some of our own people are doing business with Walmart. I'm sure we can establish a connect and then do it. Just an extension of it, Mr. Naushad, if I can add one or two points. One is, see, we were talking about, having a course on online. There are two things. One is, in terms of technology integration in retail, I'm sure the members in this meeting itself will be at a different level. So what we could think of is that a basic training program in terms of how do we integrate retail players in terms of online, that could be looked at. Second is, Spoonsour is at the moment using technology and have already gone online. How do we take them to the next level? Because we are talking about artificial intelligence and certain very, very high advanced level of technology. Some of the members were mentioning how do we give a touch and feel of it, how do we make it more experiential. So we have a lot of technology which is available. Probably we could look at having a very focused training program on how do we use this advanced technologies to the best of benefit of retail, something which we can look at. Thirdly, we have started an exercise in CII in terms of connecting MSMEs, and this is a pan-sector exercise, connecting MSMEs with the startup ecosystem. Because some of those pain points which has been which is there with the retail can easily be addressed by the innovative technologies which is available in the startup ecosystem. That can also be looked at. So if, under this panel, if we can identify the common pain points of retail and then run it past with the Dr. Saji Kumar Gopinath being there in the KSUM, in the helm of KSUM, we can definitely go to them. Ask them, see, these are the, we had a concept in CII in the last year's, some of the sectors, we call it as reverse challenge. So wherein we identified some, the common pain points of industry, and then we sort of run past it to startups and then ask them for the solution. Some of them had brilliant solution, and those players are actually mentored by senior companies in that particular sector now. Point in case is Ayurveda. So maybe that can also be looked at, Ms. Naushad. So I thought I'll just make these 3 points. You're muted. You're muted.
Thank you, John. Thanks for your input, and I hope panel members will give their will point out their pain points, and we can understand and we can plan accordingly also.
Naushad, one quick point here.
Yes, please. Yeah.
What John mentioned about pain points
is
very valid. I don't know. I always wonder. We always talk COVID, and the new normal. Okay, and what is this new normal going to be? Each of the industries, like I can see Sheila here, since she is in the apparel business. I asked Minnie, my wife, how will you go and buy a new apparel? Are there any problems post-COVID? She says she will never enter the trial room because we don't know who has tried what clothes, whether there is COVID there or not. So the pain points what John mentioned are valid, but can somebody map the new normal? Like, for example, what are we going to do to sort of keep away the new concerns from the customers? What we talk as a new normal, and each industry has its own uniqueness.
Yes.
So how do we do that? And Sheila, any thoughts from your side?
Yeah, in our shops, when we opened, I insisted that we should not allow the customers touch the garments. So the question came, will the customers be offended by instructing them? So I asked them to tell the customers, for your safety, we have asked the other customers not to touch the garments so that you are safe. So they understood it and they really cooperate, and we have good sales, nothing happened. So it's not an offense for the customers, and they're totally happy to be safe. That is what happened.
Yeah, but
I think it's a good step.
Yeah, earlier we used to allow them to try some garments, not everything, like brief panties and all. We never used to let them do trials, but outer garments we used to allow. But now we instructed, see, this dress is not touched by any other customers, so you are safe. So they understood it, and they really took it very positively. So I think that's a good method of giving the message without offending them.
Okay, I will tell this to Minnie and see whether she will be very happy shopping in V-Star.
Yeah. Also, we have sanitizer, and the sales people have masks, gloves, everything. So it is totally safe.
Okay. I think if any other pain points, if any panel members has to raise any other pain points, otherwise we'll go to the next agenda. And virtual study mission, because as Faraz told, because either in India or America is same now, because it's a virtual tool. So John, you please arrange the best, Walmart or wherever we get the best experience. So no country restriction, no travel restriction. So everything means we can do like this only, virtually. So thanks Faraz for that suggestion. And yeah,
Sabu and Naveen are there.
Yeah.
Auto says, if I am going to a new car, what do you think will be the new normal? I mean, do you see any changes in consumer behavior?
Yeah, Sabu Johnny ji, can you speak, please?
First of all, I'm not, most of the conversation is getting broken. Most of it is, I'm not able to get the continuity. When I have not in the software, Google also is the first time. And I don't know what is happening. Some of the time it is getting totally out from the screen also. And the audio is also not being clear. So what was the question exactly? I didn't get that.
Sabu, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Sabu and Naveen? No,
Yeah, now I can.
No. What we John talked about pain points for a customer. Now we talked to Sheila about pain points for a lady walking into V-Star and trying out a garment. So in your case, in the auto sector, you expect any major changes post-COVID in terms of somebody asking for a trial?
Yeah, in our case, if you see, the customers are not encouraging the test drive to bring the car to their home and entertain and all. And even the customers, the executives are being discouraged. Even if we are asking for a test drive, they are not entertaining. So giving test drive is now a little challenge. And that they want to see the car has to be properly sanitized, and they want to feel that the car is totally, it has been properly sanitized and it is COVID free or virus free. And even in the service also, we are seeing a lot of customers, they want to make the car which has to be taken with a lot of care and given back with the same kind of with a real proof of without any virus or anything. So that is the present scenario.
Yeah, thank you. And Afdal is also here from automobile industry. Afdal, can you please tell me?
Mr. Naushad, we have Mr. Naveen with us, from Popular.
Yeah, Naveen, please.
No, as I said, I think what Sabu said is right. The conversation on this platform has been breaking so many times that there's no continuity. I mean, half the time you're speaking of yourself. In terms of digital initiatives in the auto industry, there's no doubt that at least the first part of it, in terms of searching for an automobile, searching for an accessory, etc., happens on the net. But as Sabu mentioned earlier, the customer wants to have a real touch and feel of the car before he or she buys it. Now, unlike a garment where probably it's too personal, in the car thing, it's not that much of a personal aspect in terms of touch and feel of it. If the government of Kerala or the government or the Indian government removes the lockdown, for example, from tomorrow, I'm sure people will just get back to their normal thing. They'll walk into the showrooms just as it was earlier, pre-COVID, because a lot of the distancing, a lot of the social distancing aspect, and a lot of the mask, etc., is actually law-induced or government-induced. But if you look at people on the street, I've seen people taking off their mask to make a conversation, which is the worst thing to do. So I don't think that the habit is going to change that easily. And similarly, when it comes to car buying, we tell the customers it's safe. We are disinfecting our showrooms, our cars, every time a customer comes and goes. But if you ask me if somebody's going to pay extra for that, absolutely not. Health is not a major criteria in India. And life per se is not a major criteria in India. So I don't think a lot of these practices are going to change very fast. I mean, digital aspect in terms of search of cars, search of information definitely has gone up. Inquiry levels have gone up on the digital side. But in terms of actual sale, it's happening at the retail counter. That's all right.
Yeah, thank you, Naveen. Thanks for your inputs. And Afdal, are you here? I think Afdal is not available now. I think okay. So thank you, and I think we can move to the next point. Next point is session on managing disruption in supply chain and logistics. CII is having a lot of center of excellence. So this Institute of Logistics conducts lots of studies in cost management in retail, because inventory is a big issue. So how can we manage the business with optimized inventory management, etc. So they give consultancy also at a very cost-effective level. So I think we can plan an interaction with this team, and if some of our members are interested, they can interact in future also. Kumar sir, can you elaborate a little bit this the functioning of Center of Excellence in CII?
I think John will be right. I can tell only where there's a lot of rich experience. I think as both Sabu and Naveen told, the system is so bad. I think don't use this GoToWebinar. Yeah. John, it's horrible.
Yeah.
I don't. We are able to hear each other, and any day WebEx is better. Any day, I am in love with Zoom. So anyway, what I was saying is that definitely Institute of Logistics, because if you really look at it, supply chain management is going to be the critical thing, whether you talk about any sector. And supply chain management, Institute of Logistics has a lot of bandwidth to conduct programs which are very relevant for the retail sector as well. So I am in tune with that.
Yeah, just to add on, Kumar sir, so this for the benefit of all the members, CII, apart from the operations, the normal operations that we have, I'm sure all of you are aware that the CII offices are spread across various states, and we have almost about 65 offices across India. We also have centers of excellences which is focused on each of the sectors, and these centers of excellence are very, very rich in terms of their resources. And when I say the resources, they have experts in each of the specific points, specific sectors and topics that they deal with. And to name a few, we have centers of excellence in quality, we have centers of excellence in food processing, and we have centers of excellence in logistics, so on and so forth. There are about 11 centers of excellence at the moment. The center of excellence which Mr. Naushad was mentioning is Institute of Logistics, which is based in Chennai, and they are already doing projects with some of the companies in Kerala. I have, even though I am from within CII, I had a chat with the companies whom they have engaged with in Kerala and understood how best they have benefited in the past. So all of them have come back and told me that the ROI, return on investment in terms of engagement with the Center of Excellence has always been 20 times than the amount that they would have put in. So Institute of Logistics is ready to work with the retail panel in terms of total cost management, and they will do in-house projects, and interested companies can sign up with them, and then they will sort of work with each of the company like in any other consultancy's case. But prima facie, what I was thinking is that we can bring the head of the Institute Center of Excellence for interaction with the members, so that at a very macro level, they will explain what they can do, and whomsoever is interested can go on and engage them on a one-to-one level. So that's what I was actually had in mind.
Yeah, I think we can agree with this, and we can go to next agenda because it's already 4 p.m. I think we had planned 1 hour meeting. I hope all members, panel members will agree with this. So the next point is that an interaction meeting with Kumar Rajagopalan, CEO of Retail Association of India, because it's a organization of organized retailers in India, and they are doing a lot of work in retail area. So we can have an interaction, we can understand what RAI is doing, and we can think of some tie-ups, and we can work together for better things. The other point, I'll go to the other. I think we can have a discussion towards the end. Is an interaction with the Commissioner of Civil Supplies, Mr. P. Venugopal IAS. Actually, civil supplies is having a lot of outlets in India, and anybody can approach them, and they will give space for the product. There are some procedures we have to follow. So I think it will be a good opportunity for many of the business people to have an interaction with Sri Venugopal. And the last point is to formulate a draft retail policy, because Kerala is supposed to be one of the good location like Singapore and Dubai for purchase, because Kerala is famous because a lot of tourists comes here. And if Cochin, if we convert to a retail hub, the potential is very high according to the experts. And if we can work with government, and we can do some policy changes, and the ease of doing business, the government is very active, and they are doing for businesses, means MSMEs and other things. I don't know whether it is applicable for retail shops also, because as earlier way means we have to take a lot of other licenses, and if there is anything, we can modify that, and we can come with a good retail policy. So these are the three suggestions. I request members' opinion on this, and you can tell any other points, as John told, any other pain points where our panel should focus for this 1 year. So Muralidharan sir, please. Yeah.
Can you repeat the question? I didn't exactly hear.
Yeah, we are discussing about the 1 year plan for our retail plan, and what should we do for the coming 1 year. So I have last I told 3 points. That is, one is interaction with Kumar Rajagopalan, another is interaction with Venugopal, Commissioner of Civil Supplies, and another is to prepare a draft retail policy and submit to the government, so that Kerala have the potential to become a retail hub. So what can we do to make it happen? So and I will also request, because is any other pain point or if you feel any other point we have to focus, please tell. Yes.
Sheila madam,
I have a suggestion. Actually, when we travel abroad, or when we go to Indonesia, Thailand, or even Delhi, they have Delhi Haat. I don't know whether you have seen that. See, there are small hubs where the small time retailers, they can showcase their products, and if the government has space, just give for a very small rent for a short term, maybe 6 months or something, so that they can start their retailing business in a small way without a big investment. No interior, nothing, just shop rooms and just eating places and all that, just a huge place wherever government has a space, and and that will become a very good hub where all the tourists can come and buy all these curios and mementos about Kerala, whatever our handicrafts, our Kerala handloom, all those things. This is my dream. So every year I used to repeat this to all government bodies and in all forums, but so far nothing has happened.
To understand more about your dream, madam, can you tell which location?
See,
More clarity.
in Delhi there is Delhi Hath. I don't know whether you have seen that. They have all handicrafts, dresses, eateries, or whatever products, all the small products. In the beginning, they may not be able to hire a huge place and start their retailing. So this is the place where they can showcase their products, handicrafts, small time weavers, like that, small shops like that. This is just like an exhibition center, which can be rented for 6 months or 1 year, like that. The government spends a lot of money. This industry department spend a lot of money every year for this seminars and speakers and all that. But all these small time retailers, not that because they don't know how to do business, but they don't have that huge amount of money to spend in the beginning. So this is what government should do. That's what I always feel. Like Sunday market,
Madam, which will
flea market, regular flea market.
Which will be the ideal location in Kerala, and how
See,
much space will be required?
we have our Marine Drive. We have government has a lot of areas like lying idle, government land. We don't need very high-fi building or very with good finish and all that. Just the rustic kind of stalls they can put up, and I think it is going to attract a lot of tourists, because wherever we go to these flea markets just to walk around and buy small things and just to feel the places, heritage and their customs and their products, local products, etc.
Ma'am, good suggestion. I would like to hear comments from AVG and Kumar sir on this.
No, this will be, Sheila suggested, will be very good support to the small retail companies. I'll tell you, for example, we have I forgot her name, Sheila, Indu Nair, who's doing this Kara weavers. Yeah, so basically there are a lot of small players she's doing digitally very well. I mean, I know she is doing the typical Torthmund and all that, you know.
Yeah, Torth, and also they make handmade soaps. So many small entrepreneurs. They are not able to showcase their product.
We can do it in Marine Drive. I think, Naushad, you told about the retail policy. This can be one of the initiatives which CIA can think of.
Yeah, I think it's a good suggestion, because if you want a retail hub, means we should promote these type of things also.
I agree with Sheila totally. And the same way, I'm also thinking of the farmers market, in which you can have small hubs where the farmers can bring in. They just need a few 10 feet by 10 feet space. The farmers can
all this can be by side. It's a huge area.
That would be another thing, because what we are doing now is agro division. We grow vegetables. So now we found that one of the ways what we started doing is we started now delivering once a week to places in Kottayam. Anyone who wants, they give us the thing. They can't specify which vegetable, whatever the vegetable in season, one box of it. We have various box sizes. We supply to their houses. And this is being a big hit to start with. So we are actually going to increase the area and expand that scope, because there are already people like Purple Patch, which is doing in Cochin, coming all the way from Ooty. So delivering at home, straight from, as you say, from fork to the table, both from the garden right to the table. It takes off all the middlemen. And just like Sheila said in the other things, agro also, this is very important and it's very useful.
Yeah, what AVG mentioned about Purple Patch, I am a customer of Purple Patch. They are doing a great job. They deliver from Ooty to Kochi, and good service, good products, fresh, reasonably priced. It's a good system. We can have more Purple Patches and more what Sheila mentioned about farmers market, which AVG mentioned further. These are areas where, from a retail standpoint, we can look at it. I have one last suggestion. I have to log out now, Naushad. I have to leave now. But before this, if we can get through CII two top-notch retail can be a Pariwara who can be invited for a webinar series where they just share the experience of FMCG. They in the current situation how they are planning, but they should be positive guys. There are a lot of negative guys. Please don't bring them. We have enough negativity seeing the TVs, seeing the number of score going up, that Narendra Modi didn't do anything, Pinarayi Vijayan didn't do anything. Don't get such people, please. You get people who are really positive, who will give positive energy to all of us. If John can help us in finding out somebody like that, that would be very great. So we should do that, Naushad. At least get two CEOs who will generate positive energy on the retail sector.
Yeah, I can guarantee Bata CEO for footwear sector if required.
He's a foreigner or Indian?
He's an Indian.
Oh, why not? I mean, Bata is a great brand. Why not? I can try Harsh Mariwala through my Sanjay Mariwala's contacts, but he doesn't come. We have to put a lot of influence. Any thoughts from John? I think if you're getting a Bata CEO and another CEO who will give us positive energy, any suggestions, John?
Yeah. I will, Chairman, from my side, I will sort of look at who, the members of the national committee and then get back to the team. So that could be one approach. Just to add on this policy, Chairman, see, what I was thinking is that we should first understand, is there any retail policy existing in any of other states? If so, then we should try and get a hold of it. Because we are talking about, so these, the suggestions which came forward from the members are brilliant suggestions. But I think, there are other, points like night shopping and, a lot of other things which will kind of support retail players. And how do we create a social infrastructure around it? Because, all of a sudden announcing a night shopping may not work. You have to create a supporting ecosystem for it, security and, transport service and things like that. There has been some movements in the past, government within Kerala had started thinking on those lines. I think once COVID settled down, I think we should start pushing them. I was thinking more of a, can we identify some retail hubs within India and sort of identify the best practices that they have put in place and put together those things as a suggestion from our side to state is what I was actually thinking. And all these points which are suggested from the members side can also be part of it,
The one thing you can straight away
One
do is
more,
what Sheila suggested about the Delhi hub. You can collect those details.
one more suggestion I have. When we travel to China or Bangkok, they have huge multi-story buildings for wholesale market. Here, you just cannot enter wholesale market. It's so filthy, so bad, and you can't take your vehicle there. So this is multi-story buildings, and each room is one shop like that. Like a hotel. Each room is like a mall only, but it's a wholesale market. It's a huge
It's a
mall.
very good suggestion. I think.
Yeah, in
India,
Bangkok we
we can
have
see
seen a Platinum Mall, which is so good to shop. It's wholesale. They will not sell for as one piece. Either you have to buy 6 or in a dozen like that. So that will give such a huge growth to all our retailers. It will help them immensely because it's so easy to shop and take things to your shop. Here to buy something from the wholesale market, I don't know. How can a woman go there and buy? I can't imagine. People will be urinating on the roadside, this, that, spitting. Oh,
I think it's also a very good suggestion. We can add in the retail policy. And as my understanding, Maharashtra is having retail policy, and Karnataka, Andhra also tried to make a retail policy. And I think we'll collect more information, and we can try this. And we can try some other countries also, because in India, I think nobody has done successfully. I think we'll collect it from outside also. When we engage consultancies, we'll get more information. So I think Mr. Anthony is there because I think food industry is not much affected during the COVID. All others are compared to other industry. We would like to hear from you, sir.
In our company, some of the
Can you speak a little more loudly? Mr. Anthony, I think you are muted. Can you unmute and speak? Mr. Anthony, can you unmute and speak? Host, can you unmute Mr. Anthony?
Now, from our side, we won't be able to do it. We don't have a control. So he himself would have to do it. I think he's facing some issue. Maybe we could.
But he was, I think he started speaking in between. Muted.
Yeah, in between there's some issue.
Yeah. I think it's we are not able to hear. So I think, okay, we can move to the next person. Yeah. So I hope because it's already 4:18. I think because normally we conduct a meeting for 1 hour. It's slightly delayed, and so I'm thank you very much because we had a very good interaction, very good input, and I think Sheila ma'am gave a lot of input. Other members also gave a lot of inputs. Thank you, and we will consolidate this, and we will inform you our further steps. So, John, can we conclude?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So once again, thank you very much, and I hope next month, because June, when our national chairman for retail panel take charge, so we will have an interaction. We will start with that, and we have noted a list of program, and we will be doing one by one. And I request Shine to form a WhatsApp group of our retail panel members so that we'll be in touch and we can interact each other, and we can keep you updated about the programs. Thank you very much.
So we can conclude. Thanks, Naushad. So I'm really sorry about this technical glitch. We will not do any further meeting in GoTo. We will sort of resolve for other
Do
platforms.
in Zoom. Do it in Zoom. It is so friendly.
Zoom, WebEx is also very good. The
Yeah,
main
so Zoom
difficulty
is
what
Whiteout,
I can't see
Hangout,
people
Hangout,
Zoom or
Hangout
WebEx.
is there.
without seeing people. The talking is very difficult.
I know.
Yeah.
No, but we will resort to WebEx next time onwards. So I'm really sorry about it. So thank you once again for
Thank you so much.
participating.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all. Thank you all.